Hello everyone. I invite you to continue this series of calm reflections on the book Nosso Lar, Our Home, by André Luiz, a spiritual account about life after death, responsibility, and the maturation of consciousness through work. Chapter 45 is titled, In the Field of Music. It is one of the most harmonious and uplifting passages in this part of the book. It does not describe dramatic events or difficult spiritual experiences. Instead, it reveals the beauty of life in the spiritual world, the beauty of art, friendship, love, and community. This chapter reminds us that spiritual growth does not consist only of work and the correction of past mistakes. It also involves learning joy, harmony, and contact with beauty. At the end of the day, Ligias invites André Luiz for a walk to a place called the Field of Music. It is a space dedicated to art, gatherings, and spiritual recreation for the inhabitants of the colony. At first André hesitates, because he has only just begun his work in the rectification chambers and already feels deeply connected to that place. Service, caring for the sick, and daily responsibilities have become a source of deep meaning for him. However, Tobias encourages him to go. He explains that rest and contact with beauty are also important parts of spiritual life. Not everything consists of work. The soul also needs moments of harmony. Before leaving, André visits Ligias's home in the Ministry of Assistance. There he once again meets Mrs. Laura, who joyfully speaks about the upcoming return of Eloisa from Earth. The home is filled with peace and warmth. The atmosphere is full of kindness and a sense of family. It shows that in the spiritual world there are genuine family and friendship bonds, based not on obligation, but on love and mutual understanding. During their journey to the Field of Music, Ligias tells André about his fiancée, Licinia. For André, this is surprising. Until now he had not considered that in the spiritual world there might also be romantic relationships and engagements. Ligias explains something very important. True love does not belong only to the material world. It is a spiritual feeling. On earth it is often mixed with desires, bodily needs, and selfish impulses. That is why it resembles gold hidden inside raw rock, a precious metal mixed with many impurities. In the spiritual world, love can be much purer. Souls see each other as they truly are, without illusions or masks. Ligias also speaks about his past mistakes. He admits that many of his failures in previous incarnations resulted from carelessness and a lack of self-control. He points out the inequality that for centuries existed between women and men on earth. Men often misused their freedom, while women were subjected to stricter discipline. In the spiritual world, these values begin to balance. Here, what truly matters is responsibility and the maturity of the spirit. Ligias then expresses a thought that sounds almost like a paradox. Only those who have learned obedience are truly free. He refers to obedience to the laws of goodness, love, and harmony. During their conversation, André also asks about the future. Ligias answers openly that he and his fiancée plan one day to return to Earth. Not as punishment, but as an opportunity for further growth. Spirits who wish to progress often choose to return to material life in order to repair past mistakes and gain new experiences. Soon they arrive at the Field of Music. It is a vast park filled with light, gardens, and fountains. The atmosphere resembles an enchanted realm. At the center there is a pavilion where an orchestra plays. Around it, many groups of the colony's inhabitants are walking. Some are talking, others are listening to the music, and still others simply contemplate the beauty of the surroundings. André notices something very characteristic. There is no extravagance or luxury. Instead, there is simplicity combined with harmony and elegance. The beauty does not come from wealth. It comes from the balance of the spirit. Ligias also explains the structure of this place. At the outer areas of the park, there are forms of art suited for those who are still learning to appreciate higher music. In the center, however, a more elevated and universal music can be heard. It is an art inspired by higher spiritual planes. This reveals an important principle of spiritual life. Growth occurs gradually. Everyone can participate in culture and art at a level that corresponds to their sensitivity. André is deeply impressed by the atmosphere of this place. Observing the people gathered there, he notices something remarkable. The conversations are lively and full of interest in the world. People speak about science, philosophy, culture, and life on Earth. Yet there is no malice or accusation. There are no disputes or vain competition. Knowledge is not used to dominate others. Those who know more try not to impose their wisdom. And those who know less strive to grow in understanding. It is an example of true spiritual culture. The name of Jesus and the gospel also appears frequently in conversations. But André notices something very beautiful. No one speaks of Jesus with sadness or melancholy. He is not remembered as a distant figure from history. He is present as a living spiritual guide. A source of inspiration, kindness, and wisdom. During their walk, Ligias explains another remarkable fact. The music heard in the colony is not created there alone. Many of the great composers of Earth are sometimes brought to such places. Here they receive inspiration from higher spiritual planes. Later, when they return to the material world, they transmit these melodies to humanity, enriching them with their own genius. It is a reminder that art is often a bridge between the spiritual and the material worlds. Chapter 45 reminds us of several important truths. That art and music can be paths of spiritual growth. That rest and joy are part of a harmonious life. That true love exists first in the soul, not only in the body. That spiritual progress requires both work and the ability to experience beauty. And that in the spiritual world culture, knowledge, and art serve a single purpose, the growth of goodness and harmony. This is a very serene chapter. It shows that spiritual life is not only a place for correcting past mistakes. It is also a realm of beauty, friendship, and creativity. It reminds us that the true civilization of the spirit is built on harmony, simplicity, and mutual respect. And it leaves us with an important question. In our daily lives, do we make space for beauty, art, and harmony? Or do we allow haste and worries to silence the sensitivity of our souls? In the next chapter, André Luiz will continue discovering the laws of spiritual life in the colony. The journey continues. See you soon.